Alright, we got an unboxing here. As you guys know, the last video I did, I checked out the Record Store Day edition of the Internal Idol. Very, very amazing vinyl I got. So, some of you guys already know what this is because I did previously mention this is what I was going to get next. The other vinyl I have for Record Store Day will not be until the next video. So anyway, let's get started. I'm just gonna okay. The Black Sabbath's first album in high fidelity. Now, as you guys know, I wanted to get the British version of this because it has Evil Woman and has the better title tracking, but I ended up not really giving a shit. So this is the unnumbered hi-fi. So my hair looks nice today. It's probably because I shaved. But anyway, so here's the first album. Now, as you guys know, I want to get all the Ozzy albums. I'm going to get the Dio albums after. I got all the Tony Martin stuff with me. Now, the other albums I have from the Ozzy era on vinyl, as you guys know, are Paranoid, Master of Reality. We got Volume 4 and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. These are the 5 albums I officially have on vinyl. Now, as you guys know, for the CDs, I have all 20 albums on CD. So, this is quite the interesting here. So, now, as you guys know, this is one of the 5 bucket list albums on my channel. This is the last of the bucket list albums I needed for vinyl. So, funny enough. As you guys know, the other bucket list albums were Kiss's first album, Ailstorm's Back Through Time, Metallica's Ride the Lightning, and Creedence's Clear Our Revivals, Willie and the Poor Boys. So, this is the last of the 5. So, let's get to it. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm going to take a photo before we do anything. So, let's get started. It's actually really fun. This is actually a really deep gatefold here, so we'll just open it as so from a little bit. Now this has the American track listing, so Beyond the Wall Sleep and NIB are together, and so is Sleeping Village and Morning. There's no Evil Woman. That's Wicked World, which honestly I prefer Wicked World on this album anyway, because Wicked World's a better song than Evil Woman, so. Yeah, Evil Woman's my least favorite song, but it does fit the album, I think. We're gonna do this like we did with the Internal Idol. Just there we go. Now, I actually kind of thought this was part of the album, but it's actually not. This is what the high fidelity is like. Interesting enough. It has the type of Ozzy written here. It has it with all the other Ozzy albums, such as albums like Paranoid and Master of Reality. Here's the letter like this for Paranoid, same exact deal, and the rest as well. So, now what I noticed compared to the standard releases, we're actually going to use Paranoid, because Paranoid is kind of the same thing. This is like rough. Like, you can actually feel the roughness. It's like a rough cardboard compared to the first album where it's, this is very smooth. The high fidelity is very smooth. Here it is. Here is the underground cross that every Black Sabbath fan loves. Most people don't. Most people who see this think it's fucking, satanic. So, we got this part here. I wonder what this is. I think this is some type of like lyric sheet. Actually, no. I think it's the picture of the master tapes. Actually, I got a paper cut while I was taking it out. That's funny. Okay, yeah, these are the analog tapes. Shows how, you know, stuff on the first album. It has an analog tape of the song "Wicked World," and then it has the one for the second side. This is the first side. Like I said, I like the track listing of the European version better, but I think the American version with all the with Wicked World is superior. Like I said, if you know, oh, I'm a bit shaky. I don't know why. Oh shit. Now I know this also one of Paranoid, but I didn't get it. It's expensive. It was expensive. That's one. The second reason is because I already have Paranoid. I don't really need to get a high fidelity version of it. Like this is like, you know what, like I'll just get the high fidelity version of this. Now the total was 52 because the shipping, the tax was a bit off. I mean, I'm sure it's Trump's tariffs, so this is gonna take a little while to get in, but so I'll be right back. And while I put this in, I eventually got it back in. I think I put it in the wrong way, but I took me a while to put it back in. I really don't care. But the main event, we got the at least the front is fun. But anyway, we got the vinyl. Yes. High fidelity. Now I was aware that this vinyl is different. And I think there is another sleeve case on here. There is not. It's just the one in particular. So, let's take a look at it here. Oh yeah, really, really nice. Here it is, the vinyl for the first album. Now this is 5 fidelity, so it's a bit different. But if I got the regular version, it would have the green cover here, because that's American. So this is side 2 with Wicked World, Sleepy Village in the Morning. And here's this first side, with the title track, Wizard, Behind the Wall Sleep, and NIB. So, like I said, we're gonna compare it to the one with Paranoid, which is if I actually got the Paranoid, if I got the actual standard version of this would have had the green version, the green sleeve sticker, as you can see here. Now this is kind of how this reminds me of when a few days ago when I compared the vinyls of Headless Cross and the Eternal Idol. So yeah, like I said, this would have been the standard version if I got the standard version. This is the high fidelity version. So that's pretty much all you gotta know. I finally have the first album on vinyl, the last of my 5 bucket list albums. If I had to name 5 more bucket list albums, it would be Symbols. You know, the album Symbols from KMFDM, that's another one. Dark Side of the Moon, that's another one. Second Helping, that's another one. You know, this album, The Mysterious Dumps and Tennis, that's another one. You know, I got 2 more. You know, Hemispheres, that's another one. And I think my last one would probably, the last one's a bit tough. But I think it probably would have been maybe The Secrets of the Dark Arts. So it's very, or LA Guns or Secret of the Dark Arts. I don't know, one of those 2 albums. But anyway, so this is the review and the unboxing of my of Black Sabbath's very first album in high fidelity. Now, I'm actually told I have to play this loud as shit. So, I don't know. I honestly don't really know. So, I'm just finally glad I got the first album. It didn't matter to me if I got it on high fidelity. So, this one's probably going to be a bit hard to put in, too. They put so much tightness into putting this album away. Like, they really did. And it pisses me off because, you know, before I put this back in, let's just read all this here. Still falls in the rain, in the veils of darkness shrewd, the darkest trees which, confronted by some unseen violence, shed their tired leaves and bend their burrows towards a grey earth of severed birds, wings among grasses poppy bleeds before a gestacular death of a young rabbit born dead in traps, stand motionless as they guarded the silence that surrounds and threatens to engulf all those would listen. Mute birds trying and repeating yesterday's terrors huddled together in the recesses of dark corners, heads turned from the dead. Black swan that floats upturned in a small pool in the hollow. There emerges from this pool a faint sensual mist that traces its way upward to crease the chipped feet of the headless martyr statue of whose only achievement was to die too soon, who wouldn't wait to lose. The cataract of darkness forms fully, the long black night begins, yet still by the lake a young girl waits, unseeing she believes herself unseen. She smiles faintly at the distant tolling bell and the still falling rain. That is basically this whole thing. That's literally what this reads on the cross. So, alright, this is just a bit fucking hard to deal with. Oh, no, I got it in. Just barely. So this is the high fidelity first album. Hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of the last bucket list album. So, I actually have these all on digital as well, so funny enough. So, I think I actually have I'm halfway done with their collection of vinyls. So, got album number 1, the first album. Got album number 2. We're actually going to replace I'm actually going to put the gatefold. I'm actually going to put this in the title. We got the Master of Reality. Probably my favorite album from the band. We got Snowblind, Volume 4. Yeah, these are all gatefolds, by the way. So, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, album number 5. Album number 13, The Eternal Idol, limited Ruby Red Edition. Headless Cross, these are all from the box set. Tear, album number 15. Cross Purposes, album number 16. And album number 18, Forbidden. So, yeah, surprisingly, Forbidden. I'm kidding. You guys already knew I had it. It's just all the black sleeves. So, that ends this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Then I'll show how it plays. So, have a good day, guys, and see you in my next video. Alright, everybody. Here is the album itself. The Rhino. It's got the plastic sleeve, which barely fits in it, by the way. Just gotta push it on it. I don't think I need to put this one on the sleeve, honestly, but hey, for the video, I guess. Here's the Hi-Fi album. Take it out of its flap. This is still really hard to get out. I accidentally damaged the paper a little bit because I was trying to get it out. See, look. But it doesn't really matter anyway. It really does not matter to me. I can just take this up. So anyway. Without further ado, the hardest album to ever remove from a fucking sleeve. There we go. Thing on it. Now it's set to turn it on a little bit loud. Doesn't sound good. There we go.